I eat around 3,000 calories a day and have a defined six pack at the same time. But it wasn't always like this. I used to eat 1,500 calories, starving myself every single day, and I ended up just losing muscle instead of fat. The common mistake that most skinny fat guys make, including myself and including all of the guys in my Skinny Fat Solution program, is that they just cut way too hard. Because when you start out and start eating less food, you see pretty quick results. Because you've dropped your calories, you start to lose weight. And you might go through a phase of losing 10, 15, 20 kilograms of weight. And you think, wow, this is amazing. This is going great. It's exactly what happened to me. I lost close to 15 kilograms. And so what did I do? I tried to continue eating less and less and less food to continue that fat loss. But even though I'd lost 15 kilograms, I still had that belly fat. And what you need to understand is that a cut only has a limited lifespan. You can only get so much out of a cut until there's just nowhere left to go. And a calorie deficit only works until it doesn't. Because what happens is, when you've been cutting for quite a long amount of time, is that your basal metabolic rate, which is the amount of calories your body burns at rest, will begin to go lower and lower. And what that means is, in order to stay in calorie deficits, if you were just to limit your calorie intake, it means that you have to start eating less and less and less food. And so what happens when your BMR continues to go down? You have to continue eating less food. And that is when you begin starving yourself. It's when you have no energy. It's when your hormones get ruined because you're not even feeding yourself enough food. It's when you start to lose muscle as well. That's what happened to me. Because I was starving myself, I actually ended up losing muscle and getting weaker in the gym because my body just had no fuel, no calories, no nutrients to actually support muscle growth and me training hard in the gym. And the funniest part about all of this is that because your maintenance calories have just tanked so low, you might end up starving yourself and still just be at maintenance anyway. And what happens there is that you don't even lose any more fat and you're just starving yourself for no reason. So if you are at this same stage as I was, and as all the other guys in my Skinny Fat Solution program are, where your calorie burn has dropped so low to the point where it's required you to drop your calorie intake quite low to around that 1,500 to 2,000 calorie mark, I implore you to just start thinking about cardio and increasing how many calories you're burning every day, as opposed to just digging yourself a hole with starving yourself every day. And I know cardio is so scary because I feel like for a lot of guys, including me, we have just this anxiety around cardio. Whenever I was at school doing athletics or doing cross country, which is like that long distance running, I would always have butterflies before I'd do it. I'd have this anxiety before ever having to engage in that type of cardio. And I think a lot of guys are subconsciously scarred a little bit from those prior experiences. But what you have to understand now is that we're adults. We're no longer at the school carnival. We're no longer at the athletics carnival. You can just do cardio and there can be no anxiety. There's no butterflies surrounding it anymore. And you can do this cardio purely for a calorie burn. You don't have to win a race. There's no pressure on you to do anything. You can just do it for a pure calorie burn and to just get some endorphins, get a sweat on, and feel good after having done the cardio. And at the same time you're doing the cardio, you can just be doing something productive as well. You can be reading a book. You can be watching Netflix. It's not really productive, but you can be doing that if you want to. You can be doom scrolling. You could be checking emails. You could be sending messages, doing your life admin, whilst you're burning calories at the same time. So what I want you to do is to start getting on the treadmill at the gym and set it at an incline and walk on there for 45 minutes, 3 times a week for 4 weeks. Just stick to that and I guarantee you will see better fat loss results in those 4 weeks compared to the past 3-6 months that you've been struggling with this fat loss issue. Because what happens is this: every time you get on the incline treadmill for 45 minutes, you burn roughly 500 calories. If you're doing that 3 times a week, that's 1,500 calories that you burn. And assuming you keep your diet the same as it already was, which is clean, natural and unprocessed foods, you can now eat 1,000 to 1,500 calories more of that food that you're already eating whilst still being in a calorie deficit. And that extra fuel you're able to get into your body whilst at the same time still being in a fat loss phase means that you actually are preserving more muscle, or in fact, even building muscle now. It means you're no longer hungry and having constant obsessive thoughts about food all the time. And when you're able to pair the fact that you have better muscle preservation or growth with the fact you're still losing fat at the same time because you're cutting just on higher calories now, that's when you get that ripped, defined look with the chiseled abs, with the veins popping out, and with the belly fat evaporated. And if you want to know how I set up the treadmill with the incline settings and speed settings, just send me a DM on Insta, or if you have any other question, I'm happy to help you out there. I just believe in this so much because it's the exact method my clients in the Skinny Fat Solution program have used to drop body fat and actually get visible abs in as little as 90 days. And the best part about it is that they don't even track a single calorie or go on these stupid starvation diets. And if you've been stuck starving, trying to lose fat, and you just can't seem to figure out why that fat is not coming off, I cover everything you need to know with training, nutrition, diet, mindset, and cardio in my Skinny Fat Solution program, which I think should be linked in the description below. So if you learned anything from this video, please consider subscribing as well. We're getting to 20K subs soon. And if you want to continue learning, check out this video here. But other than that, see you in the next one.